Greetings, have you heard anything about Cambodia and East Timor? If you haven't, we will tour you around Cambodia and East Timor.
History of Cambodia. At first, where do Cambodia name came from? French Cambodge and Portuguese Cambodia, both words came from the Middle Khmer Cambodia, Modern Khmer Cambodia, Sanskrit Cambodia, Hindu tribe.
Cambodia, Southeast Asian Indo-Chinese mainland. Cambodia is a land of plains and huge rivers along China, India, Southeast Asia's trading routes. Phnom Penh, one of the few urban areas in the mostly agricultural country, shows the influence of several Asian civilizations, France, and the United States.
Cambodia absorbed Indian and Chinese influence for 20 years and spread them to other Southeast Asian civilizations. It is ruled by Thailand, Vietnam, and Laos. From the Hindu-Buddhist kingdoms of Funan and Chenla at the 1st up to 8th century, through the classical Angkor period of 9th up to 15th century, Angkor Wat, Bayon, and Angkor Thom were built the 12th century as the Khmer or Cambodian Empire reached its peak.
After 400 years of decline, Cambodia became a French colony and endured war, Japanese occupation, post-war independence, and political instability in the 20th century. The Khmer Rouge, a rural communist guerrilla movement, destroyed Cambodia from 1975 until 1979. At least 1.5 million Cambodians were killed by the Khmer Rouge, a tragedy that country will mourn.
Cambodia recovered political autonomy, constitutional government, and free election in the 1990s under the Vietnam backed by the People of Republic of Cambodia. In 1979 up to 1989, fear not the future, grave not for the past, seems to be the Cambodian motto as the economy improves.
East Timor, island country in the eastern Lesser Sundan Island, at the southern extreme of Malay Archipelago. It occupies eastern half of the island of Timor, the small nearby island of Ataro, Kambing, and Jaco, and the enclave of Andeno, including the town of Pante, Makassar, on the northern coast of Timor. Dili is the capital and largest city.
In 1520s, the Portuguese inhabited Timor, followed by the Spaniards in 1522. The Dutch captured the island west in 1613, up to 1812 and up to 1815, British rule. Treaties in 1960s and 1893 gave Portugal authority over the Timor Eastern half, but the latter didn't take the effect until 1914. World War II, Japan occupied Timor.
East Timor province, including the Andeno enclave, remained in Portuguese hands until 1975, when Frente Revolucionaria do Timor-Leste Independence, or the Revolutionary Front for Independence East Timor, took control of much of territory and declared independence as the Democratic Republic of East Timor.
Indonesian soldiers invaded and controlled the territory in early December, declaring in the province of East Timor in 1976, Timor.
Kay Ann Castillo Abobo. And this group report is all about the government of Cambodia and East Timor. Government 1.1c. Cambodia is set up as a multi-party democracy under a constitutional monarchy. The king serves as the head of the state, and the prime minister is the head of the royal. The government of Cambodia, Norodom Sihamoni, the king, was crowned in 2004. After the abdication of his father, Norodom Sihanouk, Hun has been the prime minister since 1985. And this group report shows that the king is the head of the state and the prime minister is the head of the royal. And that's all.
Let us now proceed to the form of government of East Timor. It is semi-presidency, and the current president is Jose Ramos Horta. The president of the republic is popularly elected for 5 years. The president upholds the constitution and state institution and can mediate disputes. He can also veto national parliament approved or government legislation. The president names the majority party or coalition leader, prime minister, after parliamentary election. The president heads as the Council State and Supreme Council of Defense and Security. The unicameral Taiwanese parliament or Parlamento Nacional is elected by public vote for 5 years. 52 to 65 seats are available. Legal political parties can organize their national parliament candidate list for legislative elections. The state executive develops and implements the 5 years government program. Prime Minister lead government.
Cambodia, under French protection since 1863, obtained independence in 1953. Since independence, Cambodia has experienced civil war, foreign invasions, bloody revolution, and 4 political systems. A constitutional monarchy under Sihanouk, a military-dominated republic under General Lon Nol, a communist regime under Pol Pot, and a socialist republic under Hun Sen. The Khmer Rouge dictatorship, which controlled Cambodia from 1975 to 1979, destroyed Cambodia's political history. Internal strife in the country continued in the 1980s. The United Nations mandated a transitional authority in 1991 after talks. Since 1993, Cambodia has been a constitutional monarchy, and Norodom Sihamoni became king in 2004. The ruling Cambodia People's Party won all National Assembly seats in July 2018's general elections with 77.36% of the vote. Most observers said that electoral procedure improved over past elections but did not reach international standards. Prime Minister Hun Sen wielded most power when the CPP took seize the 3 branches of the government and other national institutions.
From the 15th century till 1975, Portugal ruled East Timor. Domestic conflict preceded Indonesian invasion and annexation. Indonesia ceded control of the land to the UN in 1999 after years of resistance. Timor-Leste became the first 21st century sovereign state on 20 May 2002. The democratically elected president and the national parliament appointed prime minister share power in the semi-presidential system. Local leaders have informal influence, but the national government holds power. The country cooperates with the community of Portuguese language countries, the Pacific Islands Forum, and ASEAN. Natural resources, mainly oil and foreign aid, keep the country destitute. Due to a high fertility rate, the population is above 1.1 million and mostly young. Throughout the past 50 years, education has increased literacy, particularly in Portuguese and Tetum. 30 indigenous languages show the country's ethnic and linguistic diversity. Most people are Catholic and rural areas have strong local traditions.
Issues the country are basing on how they are dealing with those. Number one is right abusing law. The government tightened the human rights. The authorities approved the subsidy on the creation of national internet getaway in February, which will empower the government to monitor all online activity and block and deactivate internet connection in February 2020. A cybercrime measure that threatens internet speech and a draft public order law that prohibits a wide range of public and private actions are also pending. Cambodia lacks data privacy law and mechanism to guarantee official data requests are required and proportional. In March, Human Rights Watch got draft disability statute that does not guarantee disability rights instead of equal access to education, work, transportation, and independent living, and draft laws stigmatize disabled persons.
Human rights defender arrested. At least 24 human rights campaigners were imprisoned by the authorities. Rong Chun and former political opposition members Rekanika and Tony Mol were found guilty of inciting in August. They received 20 months to 2 years in prison and a 400 million riel, approximately $100,000 fine to pay to the government's Border Affairs Committee. Rong Chun was arrested after criticizing the Cambodia-Vietnam border's land laws. 2 more campaigners peacefully demanded Chun's release. 19 protesters were arrested. A Phnom Penh court sentenced 9 activists and former opposition members to 12 to 20 months in prison for inciting in August. People peacefully protested near the Chinese embassy in Phnom Penh to commemorate the Paris Peace Accords anniversary in 2020.
The issue that Cambodia are facing is environmentalist attack. The authorities began to intimidating non-violent environmental activities in 2020, accusing them of using foreign financing to overthrow the country. A Penpong court sentenced 5 Mother Nature Cambodia MR, also known as MNC, activists to 18 or 20 months in prison for inciting invasion. The campaigners voiced worries about Penpong lake filling and its environmental effect. 3 activities faced conspiracy accusation in July 17. 4 MNC activities were accused with the conspiracy and insulting the king in June for filming the government environmental harm. 3 were arrested and terminated to pre-trial prison. The 4th remained abroad.
Impunity. Kem Ley was murdered 5 years earlier in July 2021. There has been no impartial investigation into his daylight murder in downtown Phnom Penh. The abduction of Thai activist Wanchal Satsak's seat has likewise gone unsolved. Despite evidence and witness testimony suggesting government participation, neither case has been resolved. Media freedom. The authorities labeled independent media fake news and banned it in 2021 during the pandemic. Phnom Penh authorities banned police filming, recording, and live streaming in January. The Ministry of Information said in May that only state media or media invited by the government could report from areas under severe COVID-19 lockdowns. The ministry warned journalists not to spread information that could provoke upheaval in society. After live streaming, large lines of COVID-19 patients outside government treatment institutions. In July, Phnom Penh police questioned 3 journalists who covered a land protest and forced them to sign an agreement not to publish on the line crisis. Authorities often use intimidation to stifle dissent. The administration also censors critical speech on social media. The administration sent senior officials to Bangkok in August to request that Thai authorities restrict opposition activists' critical social media posts.
The next issue that Cambodia is facing right now is the poor living standards. In April, officially implemented a color-based zoning scheme to lock down high-case region due to past increase of COVID-19 instances.
Red zones, mostly low-income areas, had stricter lockdown, including the ban on living room. Several residents had no food, medicine, or work for nearly a month. Aid groups and UN agencies were banned from distributing aid. Protesters were accused of being opposition. Low-income households were disproportionately hurt by COVID-19's economic impact and lockdown without a social protection and waiver. Sporadic cash transfer and unresolved microloan debt issues failed to ensure Cambodia's social security and living welfare.
Timor-Leste is a peaceful democracy with 1.3 million people. Despite persistent poverty, living circumstances have improved. Timorese poverty fell from 50% in 2007 to 42% in 2014, according to the official poverty threshold.
These are the issues that Timor is facing right now. First is, notwithstanding COVID-19 and tropical storm Sarahora, the non-oil economy grew 1.5% in 2021, an above-record budget encouraged government consumption fiscal situation.